Choose fighting with security at the high road, ruining your night. Choose antagonising disabled queue jumpers at theme park. Choose gimping around in the gym. Choose keeping it high. Choose punishment bummings. Choose battering 13-year-olds and their dads for chucking golf balls at you. Choose working security at Tea in the Park and robbing the punters. Choose asking a Welsh dwarf for a line. Choose triggering Instagram mums. Choose booting yappy dogs in the ribs. Choose taking an edible and doing the gay Gordons. Choose Leather Podcast.
We're live.
That us away.
Craig's on holiday and I'm back.
It's back.
Been a wee while since I've
It's
sat
been a
in.
wee while, man.
Aye.
It's been.
Didn't know what I was doing setting up, mate.
Did it take you a wee while?
I was flatting.
Were you a wee bit out of practice?
I seen you posting on your page.
I done a wee time lapse.
Done a wee time lapse.
I like your new Instagram.
I done
Producer
that
Greg.
it's just because a lot of people were following my personal Instagram and it's just photos of the weigh-in and me out and about and all that. So I was like, I may as well make like a more sort of work-related one that still ties into everything we're
I
doing.
know it's
so.
kind of difficult to like because you obviously don't want to put your kid into this world. Because I was the same. I'm like, I don't want to have my daughters in this world because they didn't choose it, and I don't want that to be part of their personality.
Slightly different for you. You're obviously in the public eye, but I don't accept any strangers on my personal. So I was like, I'll just create a public one that
And then
everybody
just
can.
everybody can follow and see the.
I do worry about it a wee bit the new because I've been very like, I post pictures of my kids doing things, and now I'm like, oh.
Because then people like, I'm not saying like the fans are weirdos, but
But
say
there
for
is
instance-
weirdos.
But say for instance, they seen your kid out in the street, and it's like, all right,
It has happened, aye.
and
Especially
he's like taking away, like, what the fuck?
you've got a daughter at 18, I've got a son at 14, so people are like, that's such and such's daughter, son.
So my daughter started working in my local.
Really?
How's it going
Just
so
over
far?
like the summer or what?
Well, she was working in a chippy, and she stopped working in there, so she's now working in the pub, and she's enjoying it. But it was weird when I'm in having a beer or I'm in having like some food, and it's her that's serving me. It's weird, isn't
Aye,
it?
that's
I get it,
be strange.
people come up to my work and I know their mums and dads. They're like, I was at school with your dad.
I was in bed with your mom last week.
Hey, and it makes you feel like a proper old boy though, eh?
Aye,
It does.
we're old boys.
Aye.
Did you have any messages about the Tuke episode?
I did.
I had a few.
I got a few.
I had a few people enjoyed it.
A controversial character, eh?
He always brings comments, doesn't he?
He does.
He does indeed.
I don't think he cares.
It doesn't.
I think he's just happy being his cell and putting himself out there. He's quite an open guy. I was going to say mixed, but I think overwhelmingly it's positive because he's very honest. But at the same time, I think people are quite shocked by some of the things, like talking about the negatives of MMA. We don't do that. He's happy to do it, which is fine.
But then he's experienced it more than we have.
For sure.
We have experienced negatives in MMA, but I think a guy like Tuke, who's been around it for 16 years, trained with some of the best guys in the world, and he's been, sometimes you can see how he's been hard done by the sport.
Aye, because he's been so immersed, eh?
And
He's
it's
been
a
so
sport that'll
immersed.
chew you up.
It will. But big news for you.
Yes,
so on the back is signing a further 5 fights.
So that was the reason. So last week, I think I had the comment that said, well, we've negotiated the 5 fights, but they'll not. So what they do is they send you the fight and the contract at the same time.
Right, okay.
So you sign the 5 fights and then you sign the fight that you're going to fight for.
Right.
So at that precise moment, there was, when I'd spoke about it last week, I was still waiting on the contract coming in. So the fight had been confirmed. I had put it out. I had sent it, and I was just waiting for them to confirm it for his end, because the last thing you want to do is
Throw him under the bus kind of thing. And as well, UFC don't like you announcing.
No, they
they
certainly
like
don't.
to announce the fights.
I know. So we're fighting Modestus in Paris, and I guess you could say it's like who's the ultimate light heavyweight in the UK,
Aye.
because that's what it's for. He's like the only other light heavyweight who's signed to the UFC for the UK. Am I right?
I think so. Currently, I
don't think
so.
there is any other light heavyweights.
No, that I can think
I
of,
can't
but
think
Craig
of
would
any.
probably tell you right off the top of the head, but I am not Craig.
So this is a great fight. It's a
For
fun
sure.
fight. I thought
He's on
this,
a good run as well.
yeah,
isn't
I thought this fight would have came a lot sooner in my career.
Oh, really?
It just seemed like two
It
UK
makes
guys.
it, I know.
They run the London cards. I just thought it would have been a lot sooner, but it's a cool fight. I'm excited for it. He's obviously trains with Big Tom. He dots about the place, trains in London. Good jiu-jitsu, good striking.
Have you fought in Paris before?
This is my first time in 𝗟𝗘𝗔𝗧𝗛𝗘𝗥. Have I fought anywhere else in Europe apart from London? I don't think I have.
I couldn't think anything.
I don't think I've ever fought anywhere other than...
Glasgow, London.
That's it.
Aye. I can't think of them.
No Ireland, no Sweden, because they were the ones used to go to Sweden, remember? We would go to Ireland.
It'll be my first time in France as well.
Right.
Oh, really?
I've never been to before.
I'm sure it'll be good. It's nice to see a fight that's not like a bad blood, like, they've just went, here's two guys, same weight category, let's put them together. Modestus is obviously, he's had some ups and downs with the UFC. He's been released, he's been re-signed.
I think everybody remembers the Khalil Roundtree flag stamp.
Aye.
That is nasty. Do you
That was
remember
a
this?
nasty one.
So Khalil literally side kicks his knee, busts his knee, and then he's like on the ground screaming.
It's a rough one.
And then he was cut for the UFC after that. So it's
double
rough.
Cage
He went
Warriors
back-
champ.
He went back,
Yep.
fought twice in Cage Warriors, became the champ, and then made his way back to the UFC. And then he's on a bit of a tear, isn't he?
Training with Tom Aspinall as well, so obviously friend of the podcast. It's again, not all fights need to be bad blood. You can just have two guys go right.
business.
Aye, that's it.
I don't
It is.
look, see MD I've ever fought. I've never hated MD I've fought.
And they've always been sound after. I'm trying to think if there's anybody. Everybody's been cool. So, aye, good news. Looking
Yes.
forward to
And
that.
straight back into your camp, which I enjoy.
You've been pretty solid with it, eh?
Aye.
I was thinking about this yesterday. I was doing Instagram questions and I was like, it's quite intense.
Right, so going 10 weeks, 4 weeks. We had a couple of days off, myself and you. We toured. The video will be out soon for the
Yep.
Cycle.
bike ride, the cycle.
The trip.
All footage taken by the boys, by the way, and I was
Aye.
impressed.
Did you think we did all right?
I thought you done great. I bet the DJI Pocket makes it nice and easy, did it?
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. When we could
So-
remember to take it out the bag.
I know, because sometimes like you're hauling ass and you've got to get to a certain point and
And you're not thinking about content.
I know. But I've seen, like, I've not watched it all, but I have seen, like, I've skipped through and seen some of the footage yet, and some of it's brilliant. That thing's incredible.
Great picture. Great. But I was impressed with how good the quality is, eh? Very good. But aye, that was cool.
See, you touched on getting straight back into camp. What's the positives and negatives of that, really?
So I guess the negatives are the body's already taking a bit of a beating and it's worn down. So you do need to let it recover, but the positives are through the roof because you're just tagging on, so you don't have to worry about fitness. And then you're like, so see the things we were working on for that fight, like skill set wise, we're just tagging on to that as well. So you're not going into a camp starting fresh again. You're picking up where you left off. So when
I noticed
working
that
with-
actually.
and
Sorry to
working
jump
with
in
Primmy,
there. The other day when we did a drilling session in the morning, it was just so from this
extension of
position
it.
progressed to this position, and I was like, all right, okay, we're kind of familiar with this. It
So
was,
it's just about tidying everything up. I get personal training sessions with people in the gym. So I work with Kieran Reid, and he will break down my opponent's jiu-jitsu, and then I'll go and work on certain moves where he thinks this is where I think we should be. Primmy does the same, so I do a lot of one-to-ones with people, and it's so that it's just Paul focused. Because when you go into a class and say, for instance, the thing you're learning tonight is maybe jab, cross hook, or there's a combination you're learning. Now, it might not be for your fight. So when I do stuff with Primmy, and I do a lot of stuff, I was in this morning with Primmy, and then I was in with Primmy yesterday, doing these individual sessions, and he's like, no, I want you to do this,
It's
and this.
specific to
and
you.
And he makes sure I'm doing the right stuff. No, your jab's not good enough. No, you're not doing this right. No, you're out your footwork. So he is picking me up in everything. And we literally are just carrying on for where we set off, where we left for the last fight.
Bilateral fights.
The bilateral.
Primmy and Kieran are both absolute specialists in their fields as well. That's the thing with them. Like, it got to the point the other day with Kieran when he's like, no, it has to be this. Like, and we were talking, I don't know what to say what it was, but it was a distance of like maybe that much. Like where you're locking your arms here, not there. It needs to be here. And these are the fight winning differences, really, aren't they? So it's tricky for me because I'm just going into being a training dummy. But like any coach, it's probably very hard to coach two guys in a session. Like you can only give one person 100%, can't you? So that's, I think, I wonder
think-
how many guys still do that.
I think my team that I've got round about me, so having like Primmy doing the striking, Kieran doing with jiu-jitsu, Jimmy overseeing everything, because you've got to remember he's the captain of the whole thing, and he gets the people in who he thinks is going to be best. Right, what do you think Paul should be doing? Right, because I was thinking this, so can we get him to do this, and this? And I think it's great. Guys, where do I start? Have you, the listener, been involved in a non-fault accident? Would you like to have a courtesy car your whole claim? Would you also like to not deal with having to contact your insurance company, having to chase up, like, when was my last MOT? When was this? I need this information. Have I paid up all my bills? All that kind of stuff. You know who we're going to send you to, and it's G4 Claims. And the reason we're sending you to this place is because we genuinely believe it's going to help you to get 100% of your claim. That's why we want you, as a listener, to receive 100% of that claim. That's why we're sending you. Ross, give me the fucking dates.
You can get them at notatfaultclaim.com. You can phone them on 01698 767 172. You can also walk right into the office here. If you don't want to talk to anyone on the phone, you can WhatsApp them, and all the links are in the description below.
We're also going to have to edit that wee bit because I just dropped a Jeff bomb, effing and jeffing in that.
Did you?
But if you've been involved in a non-fault accident and you're looking to get 100% of your claim, you're looking to get a courtesy car, and you're looking to not deal with any of this nonsense, G4 is a place to go. Also, if you've been involved in a taxi accident and you're not driving, you can still claim through G4 Claims. That also goes with a bus being a passenger. Not your fault. You know where to go. It's G4 Claims. So I've got a good wee team round about me. I've seen massive improvements in my stand-up. So I'm looking forward to having this.
Remy also touched on that. I was chatting to him about it. He said the same.
The stand-up battle is going to be amazing.
First round of the Bellato fight.
So I'm excited to tag right back into this.
You just need the right opponent to
showcase it.
What you've been doing. It's very hard to show these things off against an opponent who won't. Like, you've been very unfortunate with a few opponents who weren't that keen to engage.
You think about Ozdemir in London. Ozdemir wanted none of my jiu-jitsu, and he beat me through not engaging with me. Aye. And it won. He won the fight. I can't take anything away from him.
A smart game plan, but frustrating. Like, I can only imagine on your same with 𝗣𝗚𝗄 on your side.
𝗣𝗚𝗄 done the same.
At the end of the fight, you must just be like, fucking hell.
Aye. Then it's my fault as well, isn't it? Because it's like,
but you can't force them to do it. It's it takes two people to make a great fight, doesn't it?
It does. So. It does. You're right. But no, I'm excited for this fight. I'm excited, and we'll maybe even see about dishing out some tickets if the fans would like to win some tickets to go and see Paul Craig. And
that would be some giveaway. Only the big giveaways on this podcast, eh?
Like I've got a couple of free tickets. We'll obviously sort the boys out who are coming out. But ultimately, we'll.
And it's only an hour on the plane as well. It's much better, eh?
You imagine, listen, darling, I'm a fan of the Leathered podcast. This is him talking to his missus, and he's like, guess what? They're giving away tickets. Me and you are going to go to Paris and watch Paul Craig fucking kick a hole through a guy. That'd be cool for a fan. Yeah, and he then takes his missus to Paris. She gets to see the Eiffel Tower, and then he'll take her and they'll go and see the Eiffel Tower.
Put a wee padlock on that bridge.
See what I did there?
And then he gets a beach.
That's what I was meaning, the Eiffel Tower.
Mate, so I'm that one.
She gets the Eiffel Tower, and then she gets to go and see the Eiffel Tower.
It was
lovely.
Play on words.
It was a good one.
It's just wasted my...
Sorry, mate.
Sorry.
So what's been happening in the world?
We didn't have any MMA this week.
No, I know.
We did have PFL.
No, but we had bare knuckle.
We had PFL in Brussels and bare knuckle at Murray. Did you go to that?
I didn't know, but me and you were in Brussels a couple of weeks ago. What a shithole.
I'll not be there.
I've only ever been in Charleroi in Belgium.
How far
was also a shithole.
Was it?
Aye.
What was bad about it, mate?
Just nothing in it. Like, actual nothing. There's like one food place, like one bar.
So see, when we were in Brussels, there was like just loads of...
Homeless issue.
Or I think it might just be... I don't think it's a homeless issue. I think it might be like a immigration issue. And that's why they're sleeping on the streets as opposed to being homeless.
People have poured into the city and there's nowhere for them to be.
Loads of tents, loads of rubbish everywhere. Like, I didn't expect that for a European city.
Aye, I was mortified. I was.
And then when we went to obviously we've spoken about this in the podcast, when we went to the Eurostar fucking terminal.
Which you expect
to be pretty fucking slick.
I thought the Eurostar was going to be like glamour. I thought it was like, this is a mega expensive thing to travel on. Like it's almost...
Shithole.
Shut up the walls and that, eh? Like actually human feces on the walls.
Well, they made me pay $1, well, a euro fucking 20 to go and...
To use the toilet.
We need toilet roll.
Aye, it was bizarre. So hopefully Paris is nice.
I doubt it.
But I hear bad things.
I've heard bad things. I know.
Have you heard
I'm not
about
going
Asian
for
people?
that.
Have you heard about Asian people who have, it's like Paris depression?
Oh, Paris syndrome.
Paris syndrome.
So like Japanese people come to
Is it
Paris
Japanese?
and they
Asian
expect
people?
it to be this like amazing, beautiful, and they come and they go, oh, is that it?
Let down. Imagine you flew a good couple
For
hours.
Japan. Oh, you fucker.
Japan.
It's not like an hour for us.
But a catfish of a country, innit?
But then we've got Disneyland.
That is good.
You get to do that with Ian, which is going to be brilliant.
I'm
We've
glad-
done it-
Are
you gonna-
We've done it with
No,
our kids.
I'm going to Florida next year.
I know, but she gets to an age where she appreciates it more, and you.
Yep.
That's cool. You get to experience all this.
Disney Paris is good. It's decent. Stay away from it. I never went into the centre of Paris or anything when I went. I just went to Disneyland and back to my
We
wee.
were the same.
I stayed in like a wee town on the outskirts. It was nice. Very nice.
Purpose built for that.
Aye.
So no UFC this weekend, but we did have the boys, a few of the Scottish boys up. We had Jamaican Jay.
Yep.
We did. With a big KO.
Aye.
Did you see his scran after it?
Aye.
I didn't.
That
That was a
impressive.
scran. That was more impressive than the win.
His walkout was brilliant. The whole show put on by Jay. I've seen so many clips of his walkout, his actual fight, and his outfit. He was excellent.
We'd
Good
obviously
fit.
said about the outfit last week.
He puts on a show, mate. He puts
Did
on
he have
a
a
show.
mask? Did he have a mask?
He had a
Hannibal
mask.
Lecter mask?
Yep. It was. It's good to see. Like, there's clearly an appetite for bare knuckle in Scotland.
Do you think that comes to his boxing background, the whole show and all that? Because obviously the UFC and the massive on it, you know, like
No, it's they take away your personal
Aye.
element, don't they?
Aye, they're not keen on the individualism now, eh? They want you to be sort of almost like we're in a football team.
I don't really get that. They
Well,
let they let you kind of express yourself a wee bit more at the weigh-ins and stuff.
But where does it stop? That's the only thing, eh? So if you...
They only recently allowed you to have your country flag. That never used to be a thing. They stopped that.
Aye, they had it in the early days and then they took it away because, again, people politicise things, don't they? And that's the issue. They, but speaking of politics, UFC White House.
Is that
Mate,
next?
I'm in.
Yes. Yes. Do you think it happens?
Yes. I think if Donald Trump's saying it, it's already done. That's what I think.
Aye, if Dana is involved in any way as well with Trump, then aye, there's
Now, we obviously seen a few people tweeting about this because this gets people excited to be fighting on the White House lawn.
Yep.
We've seen Jon Jones going back in the testing pool. Conor McGregor as well. He was out tweeting, asking to be part of this.
Fighting Chandler.
I wonder if
That's
this was
what
the
he
plan all along to get Jon Jones back and just wheel him out at the White House.
It's mad he never even... There's been no mention of Jon Jones in money. It's just purely the event. How bizarre is that?
See, for an event like this, it's more about pride in it because I
It
would fight on
sucks
it.
Americans in.
Aye.
They get right into this stuff. And that's so on one side, it's obviously going to be like your all-American guys. You're going to have Jon Jones, Strickland, Chandler. Who else would you say is like
What about this, right?
Colby.
What about this? All the European fighters go out and smash all the Americans because Tom Aspinall fucks up Jon Jones. Do we ultimately get the Americans back in? So the Americans now become part of Britain?
we can just keep it?
Right, it's ours.
It's white because the redcoats burnt it. Did you know that?
It's ours.
It's true.
You said about the money thing, right? See if you to say to an American fighter, for example, you're not getting paid for this, but would you want to go on it? They would probably
Probably
say
say
it,
aye.
Even a non-American fighter, I would fight that for free.
It's
And I'd walk out to the Hulk Hogan music. I am a real American.
it'll be some showcase, eh? See if they do this. Like, I think they will do it. I think once they say we're
Weather's
doing it,
always nice that time of year.
The biggest security operation in sports history ever.
all for the 250th birthday of the United States. That's what it's all centering around, isn't it? Is it 250th?
250 years, is
I
it?
think I've got that right.
You able
But
to pull it up, Greg?
What was that? Sorry, I was just reading one of the
it's
comments.
all
here.
for the 250th birthday of the,
Independence?
yes,
Are you right?
July 4th, 2026.
Is that been planned for then, aye?
Well,
That's cool, isn't it?
it's a,
What? I don't think there's anything more American
aye, that's
than
just,
sitting on the White House lawn watching a couple of guys fight with a couple of fucking Steve Weisers.
and,
Let's fucking go. Wearing vests.
and it just shows you how far the UFC's came. Like, that's unreal, eh? For no being able to get
company,
licensed.
Aye, for a company that was going down
Aye.
before Dana White took it over.
That's mental.
Do you ever see the thing about Not Vince McMahon. Shane McMahon wanted to. He asked his dad if he'd buy the UFC.
And he said no.
He said no. That's one of the ones where it's like, kind of fucked up, didn't it? But this weekend we do have some UFC, don't we?
We do. We've got Kennedy out this weekend, by the way.
Kennedy Nunchech.
Yes.
What is his actual name?
Nchekwu.
Because I've been calling him Nunchechu.
Nunchechu.
I just like Kennedy because you know who I mean. So,
Big Ken dog.
aye, he is clearly
A heavyweight fighter.
marching towards a title fight here. He's doing very well, and I was looking at. So this weekend we've got Derek Lewis fighting Teixeira. Teixeira's had one fight in the UFC before this, and he beat
He's 8-0.
and he beat Tafa. Fighting Derek Lewis, who's had something like 26 fights in the
Sure,
UFC.
Tafa's on this card as well.
One of them is. I'm not sure which one it
There's
is.
Big Kennedy. Who's he fighting? Walker? Johnny Walker's brother?
Aye.
Interesting.
If Kennedy wins this, light heavyweight is so shallow in the
Heavyweight.
top 10. Heavyweight is so shallow in the top 10. Surely Kennedy is looking at a crack at it. I don't think he would beat Tom Aspinall, but he's going to be in there. And that adds yet another person who you've beaten who's right
the
up
top
there
mix.
in the mix with like title fighting contention.
On the subject of that, there was a guy that the UFC were rumoured to be signing that could be a problem for Aspinall. Apparently, I'm not aware of him, but I don't know if you
Who
are.
is it?
Almeida. So he's meant to be like the best ever jiu-jitsu for heavyweight. He's just left one championship.
35 years old.
Oh, Bukauskas.
Aye.
Oh,
Aye, Bukauskas, Almeida.
right, cool. I didn't know he'd signed to the UFC.
No, he's not signed. They're just saying that he's just left one, and there's talk of him that like the UFC
Where's he
should go
going?
and get him
I
because
didn't even know he fought MMA. I thought he'd just done jiu-jitsu.
oh, he's been in one, so he's been doing.
Aye, he's
Interesting.
good. Heavyweight guy. But, like,
I think you need to have it all. If you're going up against Tom Aspinall and you might be in a high level black belt, if you've not got every I dotted and every T crossed, then
again,
your striking's just good and it's no amazing, or your cardio's good, not amazing, or strength and conditioning. There's so many things that Tom, it's not just that Tom is good at striking.
Aye, all
It's
rounder.
Tom's the first MMA fighter we've seen, proper MMA, who has high level striking, high level grappling, high level wrestling, as well as being an athlete.
and I see him this week working with Craig Jones.
Yes.
Have you seen this stuff?
Learning.
Oh, is
Again, like, and it's funny. So we probably look at these type of clips a bit differently.
Am I right in saying Craig Jones works with Jon Jones?
No, that's Gordon Ryan.
Gordon Ryan works
with
with
Jon
him.
Jones.
Right.
Aye.
I knew it was a jiu-jitsu, one of the jiu-jitsu guys.
I was watching the clips and Tom's asking questions and he's like, but why here and not here? And just all these wee nuances. It's like, this isn't just a video for YouTube. This is a legit training session. This is a one-on-one training session. Like, can I make this better? Can I make this tighter? And I was just like,
Who's put that in there? Tom has the speed of a middleweight. Bang on the money.
Accurate.
Tom's speed is like, it's like a game of top trumps. You play with the kids, and it's like, who's got the best? Tom's.
That's where that Kai's name is. Aspinall smokes Almeida.
Aye,
Tom's,
for sure.
Tom's numbers are all very high, if not maxing out. Whereas Almeida might have a 10 in jiu-jitsu, and maybe Tom has got a 9 in jiu-jitsu in comparison to him. But everything else Tom's got is high.
And Tom can wrestle. You're not just going to walk out and take him down. Like, it's not going to be... and there's
just
so
does
little footage on him.
1-2, bump, slips back and fucking bangs him. The next thing you know is the guy's sleeping.
What does your coach tell you about Aspinall?
Aye, what's our game plan for Aspinall? We've got like 6 minutes of footage on him.
And it's mostly folk just getting
And
absolutely
he's the
flat.
champ.
Getting fucking done.
So what do you do? Right, let's avoid him the first round and see how the second one goes.
Aye.
It's tough.
Let's try and outspeed him. Let's try and like outmaneuver him, out footwork him, and then the next thing you know, you're just...
And he's trapped you against the cage and he's battering you.
Aye.
I don't know. It's
If one man can hold you down,
two men can do bad things to you.
aye.
I'm trying to
Quite a
watch
lot of big names on this card at the
Aye.
weekend.
Big 𝗟𝗘𝗏𝗏 out as well.
Wonder Boy.
Krylov's
Wonder
fighting
Boy.
too.
Is he? I thought
sure.
Krylov was fighting on one of the...
I didn't see Krylov.
Oh no,
Dhabi
sorry, I'm
Cup.
wrong.
He's
He's
fighting
on
on
it.
the
Aye,
Dhabi
on the
Cup.
28th. That's a fight night as well, eh?
I'm going to go to that.
Are you really? Oh, nice.
Going to go to that. Right,
Lovely.
let's see who we've got for the bottom. Right, just so I know when I'm actually fighting. I don't know who she is. Don't know who these guys are. I know these two boys.
Kennedy, we know. Walter Walker, we know.
Lorne Murphy, I do know Lorne Murphy. She's I'm sure I've shared a few thingies with her. Emergency rooms.
Oh,
But she's tough as they come, man. And who's the girl she's fighting?
Eduardo
11 and
Moura.
1. What's her
Moura.
where's she
Brazilian.
sitting? Because Lorne is 41 years old.
fucking hell, so she is.
Aye. And she's fighting against a 31-year-old. What's her... Who's who?
She's 11 and 1.
Who's she fought with? Because she might...
I don't know any
This seems
names.
like quite a good wee fun fight.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know...
Oh, she came through the contender.
Do you know this Lorne Murphy's story?
Oh, is that no Hardy's missus? She fought 16th.
Oh, it must be.
Veronica Hardy, innit?
Aye.
So she fought her.
And beat her?
That was our last fight in
Would that have been
16th
in, that
of
was
November.
in the New York card we were on?
Aye.
Same card, aye.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Decision.
That's a cool fight. So Lorne Murphy's story, she was a soccer mum and she started going to like boxer size that was running in the gym, and then for that started fighting, and then knew she's fucking fighting in the UFC.
Crazy.
That's wild, isn't it? Great story.
Is why not though? That's the thing, that the UFC is like open to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
If you can put the graft in, it's
I'm not sure. I mentioned this last week, but somebody had said that it's an entertainment. This is an entertainment sport rather than a fighting sport.
She's no fought since January 23.
I'm
Quite a
sure I
long
was on
That's
that
a
card
while
as well.
ago.
That was the one.
Teixeira Hill.
Aye. I think she took a bit of a bad bleaching that night. I was in the hospital with her. Jake Matthews, great to see him out again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who this Chidi,
He seems to be an
avatar, one of
Aye.
these boys. It's just kind of coming
So
out.
is this his first one? Or is he off of?
Contender, maybe.
Aye.
No,
he's
he's
had a few.
had a few.
He's had a
He's
good
won
few.
his last 3.
Good fight.
He's beat that McKee, Reese McKee.
Interesting. What's his second name? Chidi. Go for it, Ross. Jon Jones.
Njokuani.
Aye.
No.
Njokuani.
Njokuani.
Like,
We call him Chidi.
big Chidi. Chidi
Chris
Bang.
Curtis. Matt
Chris Curtis
Griffin.
almost ready to fight. Is this in the Apex?
No, it's Nashville, I think. Aye, Nashville.
That's a cool. I'd love to go and fight there. That'd be cool.
Theo Vaughn will be there.
Always say
Front row.
First guy.
fight. Aye.
Close to the whole thing. Aye. Nate
Nate.
Landwehr. I think that Morgan Sherry will beat him up, to be honest. I like Nate though. He's good.
Aye,
Good fighter. That'll be an
almost for
entertaining
him
fight.
scrap.
That'll be a first round KO one way or the other. Good fight. Junior Taffa. Which one is so
See the
one?
heavyweight one.
Light heavyweight, Junior
He's a
Taffa.
205er. Be a cool fight to fight. He's kind of hot and cold, isn't he?
Oh, so he went up and fought at heavyweight, didn't he? So he fought
Was there an issue
Walker.
with his brother?
His brother. He stepped in
He
for his
stepped out
brother.
and took his brother's fight.
This is the
That's
one.
wild.
Is that the one we watched? No, that was February. No.
Walker, we watched that in Vegas.
Vegas.
We were over there.
Is that when that was? Aye, then it is.
Aye.
Aye. It was the
Duplessis Adesanya.
Adesanya. Yeah.
That's right, and fucking big Voltaire get his first sub, wasn't he?
Did he
It was
leg
pretty-
lock him actually?
It was pretty good, wasn't it?
Aye.
I'm pretty sure.
I feel like it was a leg lock.
Cool fight.
Aye.
But then he come back down to light heavyweight and done some damage.
That name's a cracker, innit? Tuco Tokos.
Like the
Sounds
bad
like-
guy out of Breaking Bad.
Tuco.
Tuco.
He's a great bad guy, isn't he?
He is.
English boy, light heavyweight. There we go. There's another English light
But he
heavyweight.
doesn't train in England, I don't think, this guy. I think he trains at ATT.
Does it
But then
tell you
remember we were asking earlier, is there another English
Aye.
light
Aye.
heavyweight? There you go. We talk.
Well. So aye. It's flat when there's no oh here we go.
What's his team?
Kilcliff,
Killcliff.
Aye. He looks thick as fuck, man.
Florida.
Florida.
35 years old.
Older guy.
Where are these guys? Where are these guys when I'm leading fights?
You only
fucking getting no. You're getting a 27-year-old.
We've got this undefeated guy for Dagestan. Bring Paul
You're
out.
getting him.
Paul, we've got this boy. Nobody else will fight him, so we've told him you'll be here. That's what ends up happening, though.
And then we've not seen Derek Lewis in a while, have we? For the main event for this fight. Kelvin Cater's good fight. Wonderboy Thompson.
Fan favourite always.
Who's he fight? He's
even got a picture.
Bonfim. Bonfim.
He's won his last 2.
He's won a fair few, man, in the UFC.
17-1.
Is that lost to Dalby? Nicholas Dalby?
Yep. Aye.
That's a cool fight.
Everybody likes to see Thompson out.
This might be a passing of the baton kind of thing for Thompson.
Aye.
Passing on to
He's
the
getting
younger
up there
guy.
now,
He's 42.
I was going to say his last fight was a badging against Buckley, wasn't it?
Aye, so he's going up against the young. So it's that boy 27.
25.
Gabriel.
No, sorry,
fucking
that was
sorry.
27 years, aye.
Aye. So it's kind of maybe even be the passing of the torch here.
Yep.
Or Thompson comes out and just fucking sidekicks the shit out of him.
He could.
And then obviously the main event.
I worry for Derek Lewis in this one.
You think so? Because he's going up against.
So was
The
there not an
8-0.
issue with Derek Lewis in the last fight? He pulled out near that.
Going up against the 25-year-old, 40-year-old, going up against the young. Aye, it's like it is almost the passing again of the baton.
Derek Lewis could beat him. He's always got that like knockout power, but I think against a more well-rounded fighter, which this Teixeira knocked out Tafa in his last fight in the first round.
So you think it's going to be?
I think it's
somebody lying unconscious.
I'm certain one of them's going to be, and I think it's going to be Derek Lewis, which is a shame because he's such a big fan favourite. Everyone loves Derek Lewis. I love Derek Lewis.
Same again, not because of his fighting style.
Because his personality.
Yeah,
he's a big personality. He's definitely an outlier. He's a guy who just sort of, he goes to the gym and he just spars, doesn't he? He just, like I've seen him putting stuff on Twitter before, which is like, I'm going to be at X gym in this place today at 3 o'clock. If anyone wants to come down and spar with me, you can.
He's made a lot of money for the UFC, so fucking good on him.
Aye, good for him. And but I think the younger guy coming in here could probably flatline. I'd like to see Derek Lewis win. But again, we've got a guy coming in who's only had one fight in the UFC and he's gone in to fight Derek Lewis.
Any relation to the Teixeira?
I'm not sure.
Obviously, Brazilians are all fucking. Their names are all very similar. They've got like 10 names, and they're all one of them. No, they're not.
Nah. Ah, well.
Kind of
But aye.
cool fight night.
Aye. And it keeps people invested, especially no having one last week and having a massive one the week before. Like, we've got so used to weekly UFC now, we're a bit spoiled. But I don't know, a bit of a hot take now seems to be less events.
Do you think so? I like it every week.
I like it every week.
Because you can choose if you want to watch it. Whereas if you don't have it there, you get the options, not yours.
Aye. And I know people are, a kind of common complaint now seems to be the pay-per-views aren't as stacked as they were, and we don't have the superstars we had. I agree with the superstar part.
But we need to make the superstars. And the only way we make superstars is by having loads of shows.
That's it.
To pull guys out. Because if we're not pulling guys out, then we don't get to see them.
Exactly.
And then maybe you only get to see someday once a year. That's no cool.
We want
to see them multiple times.
My biggest complaint is always you don't get to see your favourite fighters enough. I want to see, like, think how many, when did you last get to see Tom Aspinall fight? Feels like forever ago now. If you're a Tom Aspinall fight,
it was last November.
Aye, if you're a Tom Aspinall fan,
no, it was before November.
You're not. It was. Aye, we watched.
We were in Vegas. Remember watching?
Aye.
It?
Fucking hell, that was ages ago now.
Yep.
So, like, how do you build a fan base around Tom Aspinall? Because the guy doesn't get to fight, and that's not his fault. So there is these issues as well. But
there's Riz asking when you're back out, Ross.
I don't know yet, mate. We just need to get back into the gym and doing a bit again. I'm feeling decent enough to go now, so I've got tons on this week with work. And once I get, he's a great wee guy, man.
Aye,
great wee guy.
Cracking guy.
Festival season for you, eh?
Festival season, so busy, and so everyone be careful out there.
Any mad stories for? What was it? Doof in the park.
Doof in the park. Yeah.
Why do they call it Doof in the park?
Doof. Just that's what I can hear. It took me a wee while to work that one out as well. Nothing was really happening. Fortunately, it was
Lots of drugs.
not as bad as normal. And I don't know why. I don't know if young people are just getting a bit safer. They're getting a bit more sensible. It was very hot as well. And usually when it's really, like this weekend at TRNSMT, it's very warm. So anyone doing anything else, make sure you're drinking plenty of water, because that is what will fuck you quicker than anything. The medical at the end, medical tent was low admissions, which is good. And at the last I heard, 0 fatalities, which is massive. Like the
What capacity is that? Was in Dundee in it?
there was I don't even know what the final number was, but
I don't know if you know, but there's a few hard men felt that way.
hard men in Dundee.
When I know somebody's from Dundee, I'm like, oof,
Hard man.
hard man.
Fighting was very low, hardly any. I think there was a couple of lassies started scrapping at the main gate.
Lassies are brutal.
They're
They
always
love
fighting.
See when these fucking juggernauts going at it.
Hannah Lang attracts a kind of mixed age group crowd as well for
Is this
some
the
reason.
girl?
Yes,
What's her name? Hannah Lang?
Hannah Lang. So a big problem is older women attacking younger women. It's very common. Like, it's older women don't like younger women.
Do they not?
Nah, and they just batter them, eh? And it's a bit of a shame. But
Somebody's so oofed, hard man.
I don't know. What happened to my fight in Sweden? It got canned, buddy, unfortunately. Both of us got fucked up. So hopefully we can kick that one down the road. I'd love to fight in Sweden. Sweden's such a cool place as well. But I still want to be out a couple of times before the end of the year. I just have to get back into it. That's the hardest. See, for me, breaking the routine, it fucks me. I break the routine, it's a problem.
It's kind of a good thing now where it's been somewhere with the kids.
Aye, but at the same time, that's how you get lazy and you eat shite. And like, what would you do if you didn't have a fight coming in now?
Aye, I would be.
Oh, nice day, let's get some beers, let's go out. Or like, you might go out with your wife for dinner and eat too much and drink too much. It's so easy to do it.
You're right.
And then you're definitely no training tomorrow. So for me, once I break the routine, it's tough. And plus, you've got a fight, so I want to be in training with you. I want to be in helping for that. But I don't know what I'm.
Light heavyweight is one of these divisions where a couple of wins, and you're fighting on a promotion like PFL.
Something could just happen as well. That's the thing with it. Like, see if you're just and we go on about this all the time. But even though you're 37 and considered older in the sport, you've looked after yourself so well that you're not having the problems that like Jamal Hill's having.
Yep.
Like, so there's Adam appeared in the chat, right? He was talking about Jamal Hill. Hard man, Adam Lusby. Jamal's not been taking care of himself, and that's why his performances are flagged. When you see him against somebody like Khalil Roundtree, who has been taking care of himself, he makes short work of him.
Yep.
Purely because of, in my opinion, their
What's Adam
lifestyles.
saying?
I don't think he actually said anything. He just sent a wee rose, whatever.
He's just there.
Whatever that is.
But
He's sent the new program. He had me doing like, because we were obviously not fighting, and we we're like, right, let's get big, let's put on mass, let's put on strength, put on size, and he had me doing this workout. And I've not done anything like this in years for I was a boy, but it was just legs, nothing but legs. And I couldn't walk. I went into the gym on Monday and I was doing forward rolls. Must have been last week. I was doing forward rolls and like, see, touching my arse against the floor. I was like, and he's like, fucking, like, man up, buttercup.
and Jamal Hill is Boz.
So he gave you that programme thinking you didn't have another fight coming
Because
up?
now, at that point, we didn't have a fight.
Aye, so now it's
then
completely changed again.
Aye, now it's changed again. But for guys who are like looking to go to that next level, if you're an amateur MMA fighter now, when I first started, we didn't have nutritionists, we didn't have conditioning guys.
No.
Now everybody needs it. If you want to be at the best that you can be fighting, and you're fighting on town halls, and you're fighting in local shows, everybody's got a conditioning coach. Everybody in higher level who's a fighter works with someone who does their nutrition and someone who does their conditioning.
And there's like a go-to guy in the gym who you can go and ask questions. Like, you can't be a person who's going out, having mad ones all the time, going out all weekend. How Jon Jones has managed to pull this off, I don't fucking know.
Well, that's the reason James makes Super Sunday. He makes it early. So all our classes from Monday to Sunday, from Monday to Saturday are 11 a.m, apart from a Sunday, which is 10 a.m. Because if you're going out fucking about, then he'll catch you.
Well, I was there on Sunday. I enjoyed it. I was doing some content and the energy's good in there.
It's a cool
Everybody
place,
just.
isn't it?
I
And
enjoyed
they
it.
all rip in each other, and if you're not pulling your weight, the guys will fucking cane you for it.
Yep.
They are good at that. They are good at.
Did you get some good pictures? You had your new camera lens, didn't you?
I got some stuff. I done a wee video for Stephen Clancy and Mark, but to be honest,
Same-
it wasn't. But I was just. It just
Take
happened
footage.
to be that's the footage I got, so I'm no favouring anybody.
The same again, as well as having a conditioning coach and a nutritionist.
Go have the media.
You've got to have the media.
Well, I was going to say is if there's a young guy or a young girl in higher level that maybe wants a wee video or something, then let me know, and I'm more than happy to help them and get them.
It's such
get
a
their
crucial
socials.
part of it. If you're not getting your story out there to the public,
Yep.
then these promotions now are telling you to do it. They're telling you, we need you to do this. So
We missed actually. Somebody's actually chased up for it. Sean Weir's victory at the weekend. Did
But
you
I was
see
going
that?
to go. I was going to go back to that.
I know,
to see
we
if you
kinda-
did
we
see it.
kinda
You kind of
went
just
away.
skimmed over that a wee
Aye.
bit because Hislop won as well.
He did.
great
But
KO.
what about the broken jaw? Did you see this?
I seen the X-ray picture. Primy sent it. It's brutal. Two parts broken. Minute.
Did
Aye,
you know
so the-
Sean Weir had a broken hand
Early in the fight or
No,
before
no, no.
going in?
going into the fight? He had a broken hand. He broke it.
Does he actually train in high level?
He's trained with James for a number of years.
I seen
He's trained
in-
with the guys for the D unit, so that he's been in amongst these guys for a long time. And when he first got this shout about fighting BK or whatever, what's the organisation called?
Oh, I
Bare
don't-
knuckle boxing.
Aye.
He was sent to go and train with James because James is the guy from the UK, but to go in there with a broken mitt.
Aye, Dane bare knuckle. You're not getting to wrap that up and
Aye.
go, right, it's going to be sore, but I'll get through it. It is just your hand. Fair play to
And
him.
then he go out there and starts the boy and then fucking smash his jaw.
Wrecked his face, eh?
Aye.
So it's like the actual hinge is broken and the...
Well, it's like a polement. Anytime you break your jaw, it needs to break in two places. It won't ever break in one place. It's like a polement. See, when you break a polement, it never breaks in just one place. It breaks in two. Did you see that Anaconda's just dropped another knee recovery tool? It's a knee brace, but it's actually got cold. This is a new product that they're working on, and it's out with the actual knee brace, which is for during sessions. You can also wear it if you're just cutting about, but I would say for myself, this is a during session workout. They've got this new one that's coming out, which is a knee brace, which has got like the cold filled gels. So it's going to, if you get inflammation, this is going to massively help. And then they've got the Anaconda Knee Recovery Pro, which is
Warming the
we
knees
reviewed
up.
this last week, and I genuinely think it's a cracking bit of kit. It uses heat, it uses vibrations, and it uses compression to make it so that there's an increase in blood to your knee joint. And as we said the last time, like the knee is notorious for having low blood supply to it because of the cartilage, and that's normally what's injured. One of the ways you can speed up recovery is by using the Anaconda Knee Recovery Pro. Ross, where can they find these products?
You can get them at anacondafightwear.co. You can currently get any two of the standard braces for $59. Knee Recovery Pro is in high demand now. They're restocking the website as quickly as they can. Just keep your eyes peeled and get on that. They've got free UK delivery, next day UK delivery. For Patreon supporters of this podcast, they also have next day delivery as standard. And you can put in leather 10 at the checkout for a further 10% off.
As we said last week, any gym we go to, you're guaranteed.
It's everywhere.
You're guaranteed to see it, and it's not just because, like the proof is in the pudding. Guys are using this because they know it's working, and it's giving them the level of support that they need if they're suffering from a knee injury, or they're just looking for a little bit of added protection if they are in a sport like wrestling or jiu-jitsu. So it makes sense to use the Anaconda products if you are suffering from any injury. Now, we've spoken about the knee. They've also got the ankle, shoulder, wrist. They've got all these areas covered, and we genuinely believe that they're great products.
I swear by the shoulder.
They're used. So one of the things that make them different from all other knee braces or ankle braces, that kind of stuff, is it's 3D printed. So it's not just like a normal pull up like bit of fabric. It's actually printed on it. So it's actually fabric printed onto something very similar to this, so it fits the knee and it contours it well. Just makes sense. Use Anaconda, We're telling you because we genuinely believe it's going to help you stay on the mat and stop you from receiving injuries.
But no, the bare knuckle boxing, definitely.
And I never seen Hislop's. How did he get on? He just out.
Crashed the boy, eh?
I think he just
Hislop's
put him down.
got
I think he put him down like...
Landed
Hislop's
some,
boxing is incredible.
put him right through the ropes, eh? Big, heavy hooks and just flatlined the guy to finish the fight. Very, very good.
I seen him doing a bit like in the locker before going out, and he just looked sharp, like his movement and all that.
It's good. Who was in his corner?
I'm not sure.
I think Robert Whiteford might have been there, if I
Was it?
remember a picture going up.
He's a boxing guy, Brian. Like, I think bare knuckle really suits him. Same way Jay, it suits him as well. Like, that's...
The madness is in them.
Aye. They put on the show. The people want to see... the people are coming specifically for them, these showmen. They're looking to see big knockouts. Like, they've gave the crowd everything they needed. The walkout, the knockout, and the whole overall experience. Eh?
You get the walkout and the knockout with these boys.
You need
I
it.
like
You need it. That's how
like
how they get bums on seats, because it's hard.
I'm not sure if Robert Whiteford was. The picture's not there now, so I might be wrong on that.
Oh, we'll ask him when we see him. But aye. Bare
Thanks,
knuckle.
so hopefully see another one of them.
You fancy a bit of that?
I think we told was there.
Was he?
Aye, told went, aye.
I'd like to see Toe fight bare knuckle box.
Yeah, big class on that.
He is a fight fan. Hislop easily top 5 Scottish fighters at the minute. And bare knuckle, is that what you mean, Jambo?
Do you think it's got potential then, the
I
bare
think
knuckle
so.
in Scotland to kind of...
I
Aye.
just get potential anywhere. Especially for guys who just like to wear vests and know a thing or two about tarmacking. Know what I'm saying? See,
Gucci belt buckle. More hair than me. I've got the
nice
wrong
slick
haircut.
back.
Oh, did we do a bit? Was that bad?
No, the
that was
guys who
alright.
like- the guys
We
who
know
like
who
bare-
it is who
the
likes
guys
it.
who like bare knuckle boxing.
Aye, it's popular
can
with those lads.
Fucking dace a bit of tarmacking and they like to wear vests.
This is true.
That's it.
This is true.
They boys love it.
They know a lot about dags.
Aye.
And so,
People are like, what are these boys talking about?
I know.
So what else has been happening in the world of MMA? Exciting.
Nah, just Jon Jones obviously saying that he'd entered the testing
pool.
pool again, but
janky us.
Imagine, like, what about this? Just roll with me. He enters a testing pool and comes back down to light heavyweight to hide. Not hide, but just so he doesn't have to go with Tom Aspinall. He comes back down to light heavyweight and just comes in and fucking canes 𝗟𝗘𝗏𝗏.
I think he might just stay at heavyweight.
Would you be interested?
I would, of course.
oh, I would want to see it, aye, but then I don't think it looks good on him again. Like people
think he cares,
people
mate?
just got to say,
Nothing he ever does looks good on
You'll be
him.
running for Tom Aspinall and go, I don't give a fuck. I'm just
Aye.
going to go and fight 𝗟𝗘𝗏𝗏.
I think it's beginning to look like he's got other options. He's got the option of Pereira and he's got the option of Ngannou. This is like starting to take shape now.
How's he get the option in Ngannou?
Because in the, well,
If he's only at the testing pool and he's still signed to the UFC, then he'll not be able to just get out of that contract.
I think they're on about Ngannou coming to the UFC for one
for one.
fight,
Aye.
which would be. But again,
Why
Francis,
would you get to Jon Jones bit? Why would you not get to Tom Aspinall?
I agree. I'm with you. I think Tom's been very hard done by here. I think the whole 𝗟𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏, Gane nobody's really bothered about Tom 𝗟𝗘𝗏𝗏𝗏.
What makes the most money, but
That's it. Because that's really
Tom or Jon Jones? At this moment, obviously, Aspinall
Fighting
is
each
a
other,
star.
for sure.
No, I mean,
who.
but what you were just saying there, why would Aspinall not get the chance? Probably because Jon Jones makes more money in the fight,
And
which is shite, but it is how it is.
And he's so controversial at the moment. This is a big thing.
You're right.
I don't know. It's very messy. I keep going on about it, but I feel so bad for Tom Aspinall, because
Well, it's kind of put on a decent path now. We know we know who he's fighting.
Aye,
where
we know
he's
what's going on.
He's the champion. So
And quite rightly so.
aye,
yeah.
rightly so. Good for him. People can start getting up behind him again.
Do you think we live in a sort of wee Tom Aspinall bubble just because we're in the UK?
Nah, I
No?
used to think this. But I think Tom Aspinall's a very...
well, look at
He's got
look,
out of that now.
Look at his. He signed with Champion Sport as a brand ambassador. So he's the face of Champion Sport.
I'm not too familiar with that, but it's champion.
If you
sport.
remember Champ Sport, like the clothing brand, Champion.
Right. Aye, champion, aye.
Like, so he's the man for it. He's the face for it,
Well, like the actual clothing brand champion, I know that, aye.
which is a big thing because
Yep.
Champion made like a kind of reboot itself as a kind of streetwear brand.
and it's his YouTube channel's doing very well now.
Aye.
He's doing collab stuff with Paddy Pimblett, I think he's got maybe 1 million followers on YouTube. And again, you have to have that. It's not enough to be good. You have to have the social media aspect as well. And Tom's doing brilliant with it.
Yep.
So going in all the right directions. He just needs the fights now. We just got to see him getting out there, eh?
Yep.
Which we will.
Aye.
So what were you up? What were you? Is it Catfish and the Bottleman you've got this weekend?
I'm going there tomorrow night.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
And what you on at the weekend? What festival?
Transmit.
Well, he's
I'll
doing-
be there.
he's doing
I'll be at
Wednesday night.
Catfish and the Bottlemen.
So I'm going to transmit as well, but I'm not going to go on the Friday, which is 50 cent.
50 Cent.
So my partner's going to go, and they're going to go.
I seen MVP was kicking about with 50 Cent.
Was he?
Was he?
Michael Venom Page. He must have been playing somewhere near there or something
That's
like that.
fucking cool. And then
Conor McGregor was as well.
With 50 Cent.
Oh, I seen them in the Black Fox.
He'd like a private party or something for him.
Quality.
Conor just
I
being
wish I was
Conor,
there.
innit?
So I'll go this Saturday night because it's 𝗣𝗢𝗗𝗗𝗏 and Fontaine's DC, which are like they're the boys now, aren't they?
They are. They're starbursters banging and
And then Sunday was obviously Super Sunday, so I'm not going to go to Sunday, which is Snow Patrol. And I like Snow Patrol. I'm not sharing Snow Patrol, but I've not got a vagina.
We went over we done a slobber knocker, me, Craig and Grant. We went over the Transmit lineup.
And you weren't happy with it?
But I think it was just because it was an age thing between us and Craig. So we were just
did
like,
Craig enjoy it?
he was quite happy with like a few of the bands, but me and Grant were like, I remember going to Tina Park when it was mega bands you were going to see, and there was nothing against the bands that were playing, but they were just like.
But a lot of the
so
kids
many
don't go to Transmit now for the music. They go for the experience of going to a festival. That's what it is. It's about going there, and the bands are there.
in the background.
Aye.
They're in the
And
background.
it's maybe about drink, drugs, relationships, all the stuff that used to
Absolutely is.
happen in the when you went to Tina Park. Some of the memories you've got are in the tents, like when you would go to the campsite, and it was just fucking chaos. And it was like, do you remember missing this band? I was having a conversation with my man Gary Thompson on Saturday night.
He's an aficionado.
Aye, and he
of
was
music.
like, one of the things I regret is we chose to stay in the campsite rather than go and see James Brown. Now, James Brown, maybe like a couple of years later, ended up passing away. Regret it to this day, and I remember I was like, I'd love to have seen
Well, we
James
brought that
Brown.
up. There was always a nostalgic sort of, like Tom Jones done it one time.
They
and
structured it
you would
very
just
well,
Go
eh?
to see it because it was.
Do you remember
it was
the
good.
year that we had like Rihanna and stuff like that
Yep.
were coming to
Yep.
these places?
I worked
and
it
people
with
were, like,
Rihanna.
Snoop Dogg done it that
Lady
year.
Gaga did it, I'm sure. Or was
Aye,
it
Lady Gaga was class,
Nicki
you know.
Minaj did it? Moaned
Aye.
like fuck about the rain. I was working it that year too. Mental.
Eminem done it one
They
year as
did,
well.
aye.
Kings of Leon were class as well at one point.
I
You know
remember
that?
seeing the Strokes, and it was a blistering hot day, and they weren't headlining, they were just on, like, was it the NME stage it used to be called? Tremendous. Fucking tremendous.
I was explaining to Craig and Orbie, like, because they used to open it on the Thursday.
Yes,
You, used
go
to
up there
just,
and
you would just go
camp.
for an extra day to get on it.
That's right, aye.
And there was a bus that was like Muller Rice sponsored it, and they used to just play tunes at this bus
Aye, it
on a
was like
Thursday.
a-
Just like
a
one of the
dance-
best
aye.
nights, just getting mad with it at
And
this
the
bus.
queue, I remember the queue on the Thursday would be all the way doing the theme park
'Cause you wanted
style.
to go and get
It
a
was
good-
fucking full. It wasn't like only hardcore cunts went on the Thursday. It was full.
Here's a question. How many tents did you take? In the whole time you camped at Tina Park, how many tents did you take personally?
Or like so
Did
you
you
binned
take
it every
a-
time pretty
No.
much?
How many tents did you physically bring that day to go camping?
Or just the one?
Did you pitch a tent? I remember somebody just had a tent and you would sleep in it.
Or some of the boys would have like a big massive
Aye,
thing.
you would just
That
like,
was a thing
I
as
don't
well.
remember taking a tent to Tina Park.
You just turned up.
You just turned up with a sling
Aye.
bag.
I mind saying it to boys all the time, like, where's your stuff? And they'd be like, what stuff? This is my stuff.
Gary was also
Have
telling
fun.
us, so one year we went like naked running round the tent site.
This is a very popular pastime.
I like, and then the
Going
police
streaking down the
Aye,
quadrant.
the police are like,
Go
"Hi, guys."
streaking.
Quite a lot of my youth was spent flashing folk, right?
Naked.
I like when I think about the stories that I've told in here. But so me, my man Gary Thompson, and one of our other mates that were running, tripped me again, like guide wires and that. Try to like running about in your trainers, and the police end up chasing you.
I could
and-
never have done security in the campsite. No way.
chaos,
It
man.
was fucking mental. The stuff used to hit, like, you'd come in the morning, say you were doing like the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You'd come in
Somebody said, "Who slept at Tina Park?" You're right.
Aye,
Aye,
that's probably
no curb.
true. Aye.
Aye.
But I just remember that see Jamie that power washed your house, Paul. But Jamie's nuts, right? when we were at Tina Park, he just like see the big transformers that obviously like powered the campsite, pulled the fence off right and just switched it, and it just went dum dum every light off in the campsite. The full
Brilliant.
Like see, it was like
chaos.
blue and red and all that. There was just always shit like that happening.
There was. And you'd come in on the Sunday and they'd just have like a big board with all the incidents that had happened the night before. You'd be like, what the fuck?
We'll never.
What are these people doing?
They'll never experience it.
I'm not proud of this moment, but we stole for like a charity shop.
A charity show.
Like, you know, they have the like charity shop stalls.
Because folk used to go and wear like scuba diving suits. You just buy mad shit for them.
Just buy mad shit for it. I remember stealing like a fur coat for it. It was fucking freezing. And why
Trouble about £3, I don't know.
why the boys get fucking malkied with a bat? Because as we snatched and ran, like, don't get me wrong, I was a kid at this point, right? And I know it's wrong, but we'd stole, running like fuck, and one of the guys just get fucking pinged with a bat. Buff!
There was a lot of that young team behaviour as well.
Just fucking idiots, man.
Aye. There was.
How bad was the walk for the car
was
park
always
to the
horrible.
campsite? It was so long.
And you were dragging
Carrying
shit,
all your
'cause
stuff
you're
and
dragging
your
the
baby
booze,
and all
you're
that.
dragging all your fucking beers.
Oh,
And you're not allowed to bring beer now.
Are you know?
No, that's
You hadn't been for
because
a few-
obviously you
aye.
don't have a campsite now.
I always remember there was scousers that just obviously clicked onto a business idea and they used to just come with trolleys and about £20 and they'll take your stuff for you and just shuttled all day.
Oh, it's
Making
smart.
a fortune.
It's fucking horrible. It was one of the worst things ever. You'd see people with bins, you'd see people with
Shopping
sledges.
trolleys and stuff.
Sledges was a common one. Aye, fucking hell. I'd
Just
forgotten
And the
dragging
wheel
about
fell
that.
off your trolley like
See
midway through.
the amount of booze you would see just ditched
Aye.
at the side.
Or it was like, right, rain jacket, case of tenants.
I know.
Fuck the jacket.
Mate, I mind I got put on search in the trolleys once and they were coming up and I was just like, go. I'm not going through these people. Go. Like,
Dragging-
no interested. Look at.
Dragging a bin for an hour.
And then all of a sudden everybody's coming to you like, why are all these guys coming up to my one? What have they got in there?
Go and take a shot, man. Go and take a fucking shot. Man, it was killing me.
It's fuck it. Aye. There'll never be anything like that again, I don't think.
Well, surely things like Glastonbury are still like that.
I think Glastonbury's went a bit gentrified, eh?
I done slam dunk, but obviously there was no camping at that either. But I think it's 25 years next year, and I think they've got a day or 2 days, so they might day camping.
What's this slam dunk?
Slam dunk's completely different crowd,
It's
but
like
honestly,
skate.
it's like pop punk music, sort of rock music. So like headliners were a band Neck Deep. I think the very first ever one was Fall Out Boy, so I think they might get them back for this one. But Good Charlotte have just announced a tour and they've released a new album, so I think they might also headline it.
There's no camping at Transmitter, that, eh?
No.
No, I don't
there's
know.
nothing like that, eh?
That must have been where all the issues came from, mostly the camping side of things.
Aye.
And it just came back there and mingling with all,
Aye.
every young team in Scotland.
Everyone's stealing. So everyone would steal off every cunt. That was that was always like
Don't leave any of your shit in your tent.
the root issue of basically everything was
there ever-
theft.
Well, I imagine there was. There's probably a lot of rape happening.
There may have been.
I don't know. I
Probably
didn't,
just
didn't
been pulled off
participate
of
in
this.
any
Aye,
of
aye.
it.
The
Well, there goes
what
the
a
TikTok live
misconduct
from it.
happening in these places.
It was the first time I ever seen a deed boy in one of
Aye.
the Portaloos. Aye, I mind. It's such a shame. The lassie came up. She was like, "Excuse me." I was like, "Aye." She goes, "My boyfriend's been in this toilet for ages. He's not coming out." And I was like, "Oh, is he?" Aye. And see, if you go to the top, you can like pull the corner. And I mind looking in, and just being like, "Ugh." The boy I was on, I was like, "Go and grab the police." Well, he's died or whatever he's died.
Just
of,
there's
but
star fights for no reason with folk as well.
cunts chucking stuff in the campsite was a problem. So you'd have like a group of boys, and they just fucking boom, that's going into them, and then.
Do you know in all my time ago, I think I done 5. Never once did I get one of the mucky, rainy ones.
Did you not?
Always.
They were fucking
It was always
horrible,
good. Because I would say that probably changes your experience massively.
Aye, because you've
But
not
then
pitched your tent right either. The
Aye.
rain's coming in it, water's coming in it. There's,
Aye. I used to enjoy the wet ones as well, mate. They were fun.
but young team culture's gone away, so it would probably be much better now. There isn't it?
You think young teams will not go there and this weekend? Mate,
They've
I'm
no-
telling you, the young team will be there.
I'll report back next week on how Transmit
They all
went.
seem to be just going to fucking beaches these days and causing fucking chaos, don't
They're
they?
going to go to Team Transmit and just cause fucking nonsense.
They weren't too bad last year. They'll jump the fence. There was wee boys in Dundee jumping the fence. They were fucking hilarious, eh? And I didn't stop you.
Aye, turn
If
the
you
blind
see
eye.
me and you go to jump the fence, fucking jump it. I'm not stopping you.
Good on you, Ross.
I'm not chasing a fucking 12-year-old boy down the road. to catch them for trying to get in and see some fucking titties bouncing about at the techno. I don't care.
What they saying about young team there?
So Jambo says, still plenty of young teams, just not as big as they used to be. Aidan says, young teams are finished. They all want to be English roadmen.
True. That's true.
What's an English roadman?
Like balaclava, e-scooter,
right.
e-bike,
Rap,
fucking
grimy.
Jamie for Top Boy. That shit. That's true. I've seen a
Central
few.
C.
Seen a few of them kicking about on Saturday as
Are you
well.
allowed to wear a balaclava in public?
Nobody's stopping you.
I didn't know that.
Nah, nobody's
Can they
stopping
enter
you.
a shop?
It's quite a concern for me, like, because you see them walking up and you go, fucking hell, who's this?
Well, I don't get the deal with that. And then when it's roasting outside, they've got like fucking North Face jackets on with a balaclava.
Hoodie up and a balaclava.
Aye.
That's the worst one.
It's allowed.
On the subject of festivals, you obviously split opinion with Oasis. Gary Thompson also put on his Instagram
Gary
story,
Thompson
basically,
aimed at
fuck
it me.
you.
Aye,
I
I spoke
thought
to
that.
Gary
I
Thompson
saw
Saturday.
that. I
and
thought it was a personal
and I
attack.
tried to get a wee rise out of Gary, and he was like, "I know what you're trying to do. Fuck up."
I was like, you may as well just tag Paul. Come on. So, what did you think? Have you seen clips and all that? Because
I
I'm
have
going
seen
to be
clips.
honest,
I have
I'm
seen
not a
clips.
massive Oasis fan, but see, when I seen the set list, I was like, I know every single song, and
It's
that's a
hits
banger.
after hits, and I'm no shitting on people. Like, I'm not shitting. I cannot shit on Oasis for the songs that they have produced. And you're going to clip this and make this a clip.
Aye.
Oasis attracts a certain type of fan who is a fucking cocksucker, and that's what I am not enjoying. Oasis have written some of the best songs for your childhood, hands down, right?
Yes.
Love 𝗟𝗗𝗗𝗏, love fucking What's the Story. I love so many Oasis songs, and I think Noel Gallagher is an absolute talent. Noel Gallagher is one of the best singer-songwriters our generation has produced. But Oasis and what they stand for, in my opinion, is fucking dickbags. Straight up, that's why I like Blood
Shite
better.
cunts like Oasis. Is that fair?
I think Oasis just have such a broad love. Everybody loves Oasis, but the vast majority of shite cunts who want to scream it in your ear are dickheads.
That's my thoughts on it. There's a lot of the crowd that just want to be part of the crowd. They want to be cool. They think it's cool.
Aye.
As opposed to it's the
Gary
same with Jerry
Thompson-
Cinnamon for
and
me.
I don't hate Jerry Cinnamon.
The fans that go,
I hate that movement.
aye.
We used to have a night at Liquid Rooms pre-COVID. I cannot remember the name of it, but it was like an Oasis themed night, an Oasis themed club night, and it was a fucking nightmare. It was always the worst one for Trouble, by a distance. Like there wasn't another one was close to it. It was by far the worst for
It
like
attracts weapons.
for violence.
And possibly, you know what probably won't happen? The fact that, they're going to get tickets. These fucking pellets are still going to get tickets.
Aye, because they're no going out to other things.
So they're
they've-
going to make sure they get it, and they'll spend a lot of money on it.
I know what you were going to say there. You mean that it would price out a certain type of person.
Aye, but I don't think it
But
is.
it won't. They still appear, mate. Honestly.
And do you know what I think's going to happen next year? I think
Say it again.
I think what's we're not going to have Glastonbury next year because it's their fallow year. Is it fallow they call it? It's their off year. They have it. I think it's every 5 years or every 4 years. They give the field and the surrounding area some time.
Like a break.
Aye, a break, like
Right.
to regenderify or whatever the fuck you might call it. Not regenderify, like Anyway, doesn't matter what the fuck I'm saying. But the fact regenerate the land and not make it toxic. And I think what you're going to do is you're going to have Oasis filling that blank, and I think it will be Oasis maybe hitting 5 nights with another band who are absolutely tremendous. I think it might be like, say it's Oasis and 3 or 4 bands that you're like, oh my god, I'm going to this, and they're going to smash it at the park. That's what I think is going to happen next year.
It's a good theory because the people have to go somewhere. They have to have this thing in the summer to look forward to. Like you do get these people, they're pure Glastonbury loyals and stuff like that. Like their whole summer is based around going to these events.
And it's like a yearly thing. And I think Oasis playing a big venue, that's what will happen. I think it's going to be 5 nights in the same place. Like fucking, I think we were talking about this with Gary, and he was saying like Nebworth, somewhere like that. And I would like to see Oasis,
But
I don't think it's the same Oasis, because one of the guys in the gym chinned me the other night and was like, Paul, I totally disagree with you. When people go and see Oasis now, it's still the same. It doesn't matter if it was fucking 1998 or it's 2000.
What does he mean?
I mean,
what does he mean? It's still the same.
It's still the same band. Do you think seeing Linkin Park the now is the same Linkin Park in their heyday, or seeing fucking Ozzy Osbourne?
No, of course not, because there has to become a point where it's just a job.
Aye.
There's no love of the game anymore.
I don't know. I'm going to disagree on that, because when I went to Slam Dunk, my band's Newfound Glory, and they're lit in their 40s probably, and I've been listening to them genuinely since.
And is it the best you've
97.
ever seen them?
But
Oh, you mean just in terms of how good they are? I think Jordan's voice has probably got better at times,
Is
but
it the best you've ever seen them?
I thought you were meaning more like, for
And
me
how many
personally,
people were
I
there?
don't care who goes to see it. It's personally for me. So
Like, I enjoy going to see 𝗣𝗖𝗗𝗏𝗏, but going to see 𝗣𝗖𝗏𝗏𝗏 now is not the same as me going to see 𝗣𝗖𝗏𝗏𝗏
Right, okay, I get
when I
your
was
point
a
then.
teenager, and I
You
was
were a
like, oh
younger
my
guy.
fucking God, these guys are singing because they want to make it. They're singing because they want to be,
make money.
aye. They're
because it's their
hustling.
job now.
Now it's like,
Right, I'm with you. I get what you mean now.
now it's like, we play festivals because we've got a new album coming out, and we want to put 3 or 4 of these songs in for you to buy your new album. Oh, I seen that at fucking TRNSMT. I've seen them.
You're right. It
So
definitely.
it's not got the same passion, you don't think, for it?
Well, look how many times you've seen big acts now just walking off stage. Fuck this.
For me, did you see Ozzy Osbourne getting wheeled out and his wheelchair thrown?
No, but I seen Biffy were there.
Were they?
Yes, there was people
Watching?
getting photos taken me. I don't know, is it the lead singer? Is it Simon?
Simon.
I think he was.
But then he'll be a fan of all these bands as well, growing up, like
Yep.
Metallica.
That's
and
all
then-
going to charity though, that as well, though, isn't it? Black
Was
Sabbath are donating it all to charity. I
Good,
don't think that's actually
good.
for
But
them.
if you go and see if you can pull up Ozzy Osbourne's wheelchair thrown.
You will do this in the bonus.
Aye, you know what? Aye, 'cause
Oh,
they're-
bonus
Well,
time, is
aye,
it?
But we've been going for an hour, guys, so we're going to head over the bonus.
Guys, as always, fucking keep it high, and for the guys on the
On
TikTok,
the live stream.
we will read your messages and we'll have a wee chat about it. So hopefully we will come in live for here for a bit, and we'll be catching you on Patreon.